today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, this is Madden NFL 21. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Ryan Tannehill and the Tennessee Titans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. Ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
We've had dual-threat quarterbacks in the NFL in the past, and we've had some really good ones. But I don't know if we've had one quite like Lamar Jackson. Led the league in touchdown pass with 36 last season. Set the all-time record for rushing yards in a single season for a quarterback at over 1,200 yards. And he led his Baltimore Ravens to a 14-2 regular season mark. Best in the NFL. The sky is the limit for Lamar Jackson.
He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Ingram, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second down, Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and goal.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. From the gun, Jackson. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. One man in the backfield, that's Ingram on 2nd and goal. Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand. Now the NFL's leader in carries and yards in 2019, it's Derrick Henry. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11 now. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a defensive stalemate. No scoring in that first half whatsoever. But a breakthrough can't be too far off. And for the start of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Ball carrier.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Working with a 2nd and 4. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He completes it to Henry. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Complete. It's Henry. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs. and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So these two teams will take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium as we're through three quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, and his throw is incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
On 3rd down, Ingram, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And caught by Henry. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 8. Jackson to throw. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. This time, Jackson will throw it. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
By Jayon Brown. A gain of 9. It's fourth down.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. They'll spot it at the 40. It's a 50-yard kick for the win. And this one is right down Broadway. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
just
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Khalif Raymond now. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket, and that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.